I want to give you another update on the 2016 MacBook Pros. We now have a very reliable source in KGI security analyst, and I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Ming-Chi Kuo. And he's a very well-respected analyst. He has a very long track record of Apple rumors, and a lot of them have been very, very accurate. So he came out with an investor note very recently, and he has some very interesting information about the upcoming 2016 ultra-thin MacBook Pros. So the big things that he's talking about. First, he's talking about integration of Touch ID into the device itself. There's been some speculation about being able to use your iPhone's Touch ID sensor to unlock your Mac in newer versions of OS X. Now he's saying that Touch ID will be built right into the device. The other interesting thing that is kind of new that he's providing to the rumor mill is a new OLED display touch bar. So basically, on top of the keyboard, you have that row of function keys that currently exists. Instead of having a physical row of keys, he now suggests that there will be an OLED display with capacitive touch controls, which is really cool for a myriad of reasons, one of which could possibly be that the function controls could change function depending on the application that you were in, and kind of just be a little bit smarter in that way, which is kind of interesting. You know, he also confirmed the rumors that we've previously talked about the ultra-thin design with design cues from the Retina Macbook. So in terms of what would be coming from the Retina Macbook, obviously the thinner chassis size, the butterfly keyboard, which some people like and some people are a little bit hesitant to adopt, as well as the hinge being a metal injection mold-made hinge, as opposed to, I believe it's like a plastic hinge now, which isn't as strong. He also talked about USB-C and Thunderbolt 3 ports coming on this new MacBook Pro that should be launching, he says, in Q4 of 2016. And of course, faster Skylake CPUs across the board, very, very standard. The other interesting thing he kind of talked about was how Apple is going to shuffle the lineup of MacBooks this year. So obviously the new upgraded MacBook Pros, which would be a huge upgrade, one of the biggest upgrades ever made for an Apple portable lineup, would occupy the high end. The middle end would consist of the 12-inch Retina MacBook that currently exists on the market, as well as a 13-inch Retina MacBook that would be partnered with the 12-inch MacBook. Both would occupy the middle space of the lineup, and then of course the 11-inch MacBook Air would become the entry-level computer for the Apple portable lineup. So I've been talking about this for a long time about how Apple is going to be phasing out the MacBook Air. It just makes common sense to me. Something in regards to the 12 and 13-inch Retina MacBooks being the mid-range options, this is just my personal take on it. It seems to me that there would have to be a price drop for that to be the mid-range computer. That's not part of the report. That's just my personal thinking, that in order for a 12 and 13-inch computer to be that mid-range, you can't have the 12-inch model starting at $1,300. It just doesn't really make sense, especially when the only other option then would be an 11-inch entry-level computer. Price might have to come down, which would be great for everybody. But overall, the new 2016 MacBook Pro is shaping up to be the biggest upgrade in a very long time, and quite possibly could be the most interesting product refresh in Apple's 2016 pipeline.